What's up, guys? In this week's Sunday haul, I have some of the most skin-like foundations I have ever tried, the longest lasting eyeliners in the world, like literally that I've ever tested, a fun Harry Potter collection, a drugstore tubing mascara that stays in place all day and doesn't flake, some multi-chrome liners. There's just so many fun, exciting things to share with you this week. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Jen. I do these videos normally on Sundays, and they're technically a haul video, but instead of just opening up and unboxing products, we actually get right into them. We swatch everything. And then at the end of the video, I have some mini reviews where I share my thoughts on how I liked all the products that I got to try this week. I don't normally get to try everything, but if there's something you would like to see further information on, let me know down in the comments and I can always show them in a video later on. So let's go ahead, jump right in and get started, and I'll meet you guys back here at the end with my final thoughts. Good morning, guys. It's Monday, so I wanted to show you what came in over the weekend. This is from Collidos. They sent over a brand new collection, and they also sent this display case. It's like wooden on the bottom, and then it has this mesh on top. They also sent over a bag, which I haven't opened yet. It just says that it's a knitted bag. And then inside we have some multi-chrome liners and two different quads, eyeshadow quads. So we're definitely going to open all of this up and take a quick look. I can't wait to see what this collection looks like. Okay, so here's what the bag looks like. It's just like a knitted kind of like sweater material. Really, really cute. And then here's what the display setup looks like. So I'm assuming you can probably buy this on the website as part of a package, but it has this little, like I said, like a mesh thing that comes down over it, and it holds both of the palettes and then also the liners, and the packaging on everything looks so beautiful. So we're definitely going to take this upstairs and look at it underneath my ring light, and we'll do some swatches. So before we get started, this week's nail polish is Essie's Willow in the Wind. I just wanted to mention that quickly because I always get questions on what nail polish I'm wearing. So let's go ahead and start with the palettes, and then we'll go ahead and swatch the eyeliners. So the packaging on these is beautiful. It's got a fuzzy material on both sides, then the logo right here. So this palette is Flowing Haze. And what they've done here is they give you a little guide. So your base color, diffuse, accentuate, and then radiate. And this looks so pretty. If you like those cooler, dusty, mauve-y pink tones like I do, I think this is going to be a really pretty one. And then let's see the other one. Glowing Iris is more of a purple color story. And they did the same thing as far as telling you which shades can go where. Obviously, that's just a guide. You don't have to completely follow it. So why don't we go ahead and swatch these really quick. All right, so let's start with Flowing Haze. So this is the crease shade. And then we have the lid color. Those swatched beautifully, just one swipe. And then we'll do the two bottom colors. Their mattes have such a velvety feel. And I mean, you guys can see like the swatches in real time. They are just so pigmented. Just one swipe and you're good. So I feel like their formula is always super impressive. All right, and then Glowing Iris, we'll do first two shades. So there's the first matte, and then we have the shimmer. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. And I love this more blue-based purple as well. I feel like this is a color you don't see very often in a lot of palettes. Usually purples are a little more pink most of the time. So I love that. That's really different. All right, and then we'll just do the bottom two shades. And again, just so nicely pigmented. So those are the two new quads from Collidos. What do you guys think? I always love hearing your thoughts. What do you think of the color story? And are you a fan of their formula? Next up, let's swatch the multi-chrome liners. I'm so excited for these. I don't think I've ever owned a multi-chrome liner before. The packaging is beautiful. You can kind of see through the tube a little bit. So I'm going to do my best with the names of these, but they're printed on the bottom and they are super small. The older I get, I have a hard time reading small print. So the first shade is Tourmaline. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this has kind of like orange to green to yellow. I don't know if it's coming across all the way on camera and flipping to the different colors, but I can certainly see them in person. There you go. You can kind of see the green that way. That is so pretty. Then the next shade we have is Limelight. Whoa, that is like a really bold green. And then this next purple shade is called Night of Creation. That's actually the name of this whole collection. Whoa, totally messed that swatch up. Sorry, guys. These feel like they're really creamy, easy to draw, which is great. That one doesn't look quite as metallic as the others. Next one, I think this says Solaris. Ooh, it's like a bright orange. I'm trying to see if we can get like all of the different shifts. Okay, this next one is called Sea Sparkle. It's a beautiful blue. And then the last one is Seven Seas. This is another green. So that's all of the eyeliners. They're all so colorful and super unique. Honestly, I don't have anything else like this in my collection. Not only do they kind of have like the shifting qualities, but also they're just so much more metallic than other colored eyeliners that I have, which is really fun. So what do you guys think of this whole collection? Would you buy something? Are you planning to skip it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hey guys, it's Tuesday and I just got my Lisa Eldridge order in the mail. So I wanted to try her foundation. So many of you guys have recommended that to me and told me it's the best foundation you've ever tried. And it is very pricey. I want to say it was $60 or $61. So I wanted to try that. She also released some brand new liquid eyeshadows. So I got 2 shades of those. I got her liquid highlighter and I also wanted to try one of her lipsticks. So I figured we'll open all this up, we'll take a look, and of course I'll let you know at the end of the video what my thoughts are on the products once I get a chance to try them. But yeah, I'm really excited. I watch her videos every time they're released. There's just something so calming and soothing about her, and as a makeup artist she just gives really great tips and I've learned a lot from her. So anyway, I'm gonna bring this upstairs and we'll check everything out under the ring light. Okay, so one of the things that really sold me on this foundation, in addition to all of you recommending it, was also this ingredient in here called Filmexil. And basically it says that it forms a flexible mesh on your skin, and 3 minutes after application it sets and delivers a subtle lifting, tightening, and smoothing effect. So as somebody who is about to turn 45, I definitely always look for things that will help to lift or smooth my skin. Also, she said that this is more of like an adjustable coverage type of product. So it's supposed to start out very lightweight if you just put a light layer on, but it's supposed to build upon itself really well. And it comes in a beautiful glass bottle. I got shade 12, which now I'm thinking is probably going to be a little bit too deep for me. I can obviously make it work, but I was trying not to go too light either, because I feel like foundations that are too light can end up making my skin just look flaky and like enhance all of my texture. So I'll always err on the side of just going a little bit deeper if I can. So I love that this has a pump. I'm just going to put a little bit and we'll see how it blends out. So it has, oh, it has a really nice creamy feel. It's also almost a little bit gel-like too. There's something about it. It's really just meshing with my skin so beautifully. As I blend it in, it just kind of becomes one with my skin right away. It doesn't feel like it's sitting on top like a lot of foundations do. It really sinks in very quickly, but it doesn't feel drying in the least bit. Wow, that's really beautiful. And the color honestly isn't that bad. It's maybe just a hair darker than what I normally would wear. I mean, it's a little bit more of a lightweight coverage, so I think it's more forgiving in that way. But looking at my hand, it absolutely does not look like I applied foundation to it at all. But what's crazy is, and again, I don't know if it's my imagination, but this hand looks smoother and just like more seamless. I mean, it hasn't been 3 minutes, so I don't think that that like smoothing thing has kicked in yet, but I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then we'll check back and see what it looks like at the 3-minute mark. All right, I'm back. I don't think it looks really any different at the 3-minute mark, but I just think that this is probably one of the most natural and skin-like finishes I've ever seen on a foundation. Obviously, I'm gonna have to try it out on my face and I'll let you know at the end of the video, but so far I am very impressed. I also got the Elevated Glow highlighter. I got it in the shade Pink Moon, and this is a liquid highlighter. Again, it just looked so beautiful. Lisa is one of those people that I just trust completely when it comes to the formula, because I know that she's been involved in formulating the products from start to finish. She's a makeup artist and has so much experience that I know she's not just like slapping her name on it, you know? So this is beautiful if you like more of a subtle highlight. I don't see any sparkle or shimmer in this at all. It just gives like a very lit from within type of subtle glow. This is beautiful. Again, I think for those of us over 40 that are starting to have texture and fine lines, I don't think this is going to accentuate that at all. Wow, that is just a beautiful product. Really, really nice. I can't wait to play with all this stuff on my face. All right, next let's take a look at the Liquid Lurex liquid eyeshadows. I got two shades, Zora and Emily. Now, Zora is a color that I don't think I normally would have chosen for myself. Except I watched Lisa's swatch video where she put them all on her eyes. And even though this looks like a chocolatey brown in the tube, it goes on so beautifully. And the sparkles that are in it are kind of like a cooler tone taupe. So it just gives a totally different effect on the eyes, like once you pat it in. So that's what it looks like when you swatch it. It's pretty dark, but then like when you pat it onto your eyelid, it kind of changes a bit, watch. And it just looked incredible on her when she was showing it in the video. So you can see it definitely has like a lot of shimmer to it, but like it kind of shears out a little. And what I'm loving about this, like just playing with it on my hand, I'm noticing that unlike other liquid shadows, normally when you swatch a liquid shadow and then you go to pat it, it gets very patchy. This one is not patchy at all. It just blends out like so effortlessly, and it just looks really smooth. So that is gorgeous. Let me see the color Emily. I think this was just kind of like a lighter version of that. It's another brown. Yeah, it's kind of like a taupe. Let's put a little bit of this on. I think this is going to be so perfect, like both of these, honestly, for like a one and done shadow look. Or even both of them together. Like I could put this more toward the outer corner and then this one like on the inner corner. And this one is blending out just as beautifully. I'm starting to get the impression that these products are actually worth the money. Not every high-end product is. I mean, I would say the majority that I try, I feel like I could dupe at the drugstore. But so far, just kind of playing with these initially, they just feel like they're so high quality and just really well formulated. And then the lipstick that I got is her Luxuriously Lucent lip color, and I got it in the shade Kitten Mischief. I loved that name. And also I felt like this formula seemed better suited to drier lips. She does have other formulas that are more matte, but I just felt like this one would probably work the best for me. So this is what the tube looks like. And this color just looked kind of like the perfect Your Lips But Better type of shade. So I'll just put a little bit on. Yes, it definitely is a very creamy type of formula. You can see a little bit of sheen to it. So I think it's going to be very hydrating, and the color is kind of like a peachy nude. I think that's going to be gorgeous. So anyway, guys, I am going to play with all of this week. I'll let you know my thoughts at the end of the video, but if you would like an actual like dedicated video to Lisa Eldridge, like a full face, I can do that as well. So definitely let me know your thoughts on that down below. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. So I just got this box in the mail, and it's from a brand called Skin Proud, and it looks like they're available at Walmart. So they're an affordable skincare brand. I love that. And they sent me quite a few products here. We have the Jelly Bright Essence, Sleep Hero Sleeping Mask. Sorry, they're upside down. A detox tonic with 5% lactic acid and glycolic acid. Also a retinol serum. And then, what's this little one in here? This is Everything Balm. So it's a nourishing coconut oil multi-use skin balm. So I figured we could just open these up and check them out a little bit and see like what the textures are like. I'm curious to see where these products are made as well. Let's go ahead and check these out a little bit closer. All right, so I was actually just reading up on this brand. It looks like it's the same company as Lottie London. If you guys are familiar with their makeup, they also sell that at Walmart now as well. And the Jelly Bright Essence is made in Italy. The rest of these products are made in Taiwan. And I would show you guys the ingredient list like I normally do, but I think it's going to be very hard to read with this like white on the pink background. I'm kind of having trouble reading it myself, so I figured we could just open everything up really quick. We'll take a look at the packaging and see what the textures are like. So this is the Jelly Bright Essence. It comes in a 5-ounce bottle, so you do get a lot of product in here. And this looks kind of like a milky essence, which to me reminds me of like the Laneige one. And also Colleen Rothschild has a milky toner that I really love too. It's great for like drier skin types. And yeah, this feels very similar to those. It has a nice moisturizing quality to it, and it has a light scent to it. It actually reminds me a lot of the scent of Living Proof products. If you've ever used those on your hair, it smells a lot like that actually. But that just made my skin feel so smooth, and it kind of plumped everything up a little bit. So that might be a really great alternative to the Laneige Milky Toner. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I think you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Next up, we have the Detox Tonic. This is a daily exfoliating tonic with 5% lactic and glycolic acid. On the side panel here, it also says that it's formulated for everyday use. So I guess it's more on the gentle side, and it says it has a delicate balance of AHAs and also apple extract, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and aloe vera. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's funny because the packaging and the products all kind of remind me of like Glossier or Saturday Skin. They have that sort of aesthetic, but this is so cute. So let's flip it up. It has one of these things where you kind of press down and the product comes up. You have to put like a cotton pad here. I don't want it to spray all over, so I'm just going to do this really gently. All right, there we go. So this is just a really watery, light serum, but it also has a very nice feel going on. It feels actually very hydrating. It has a lot of like slip to it. So both of these actually layered together, my hand looks and feels really nice. Moving on, we have the Recharge Serum. This is an overnight 0.5% retinol. So I think this is going to definitely be like a gentler retinol serum because I think most are around 1% usually. So 0.5 is going to be a gentler option for sure. So here's what the bottle looks like. So because this is a serum, it has a little bit of a lighter weight texture, and it's likely going to go right into the skin pretty quickly. This product also has a little bit of slip to it and just has like a moisturizing feel to it. Feels really nice. Then we have the Sleep Hero Overnight Sleep Mask with niacinamide. And it says that it's a 2-in-1 face mask with antioxidant-rich raspberry extract and balancing niacinamide to promote healthy skin. So here's a look at the packaging. All right, so it looks like it's definitely a thicker style of cream. So I'm just gonna put that, let's see. It has a really thick, kind of cushiony texture. It feels really nice, and it smells exactly like raspberries. My nose is probably at least like 1.5 feet away from my hand right now, and I can smell it without even putting my nose up to it. It smells exactly like raspberry yogurt or like a raspberry ice cream or something. It smells so good. And I love the texture. Again, it has like a nice rich texture that I think is going to be great on my dry skin. So now that I've put all the products on this hand, you can see like just how much glowier and plumped up and moisturized it looks. And I did put hand cream on before the video, but this just kind of gave everything an extra boost. So I think this is going to be a really nice, affordable brand. Oh, I forgot about this. This is the Everything Balm, which kind of reminds me of like a GlossierBalm.com. You can use it on your lips or anywhere else. It says, apply anywhere you need TLC, especially lips, cuticles, and any dry patches. And I believe it said it was coconut oil based. Yes. So let's just see if it has like a smell to it or anything. Just going to put a little bit right here. Oh wow, it actually feels a lot like the GlossierBalm.com. It has that same sort of melty, thick texture, and it has a light coconut fragrance as well, but it's not sticky at all. Like if I was just gonna rub this into my hand, I would actually be fine with that. I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have to wash my hand now, but actually like spreading this around, it feels amazing. It has a really like velvety texture. I was not expecting that at all. I was thinking that it was going to be like I said, really sticky like a lip balm, but it's kind of melting in almost like I just applied a nice oil, but yet it doesn't feel oily. So, wow. All right. I'm actually super impressed by that one as well. I mean, honestly, everything I felt like all the textures were really beautiful. I like the sound of the ingredients so far. I'm gonna still have to read up a little bit and just look at the full ingredient list, but I think this definitely might be a great affordable skincare line to check out. So let me know your thoughts on this below. Have you seen this at Walmart? Have you tried any of the products? And I'd love to hear from anybody who's actually tried it and what you think of the brand itself. What's up, guys? It's Thursday, so my son finally went back to school, and on my way home from school, I picked up this from Walgreens. This is the H Perfect waterproof mascara. I've tried the original one, but so many of you guys are telling me that the waterproof one is actually a tubing formula, and it is. If you look on the package itself, it says that it removes easily with warm water. And I was reading about it online just to make sure that it was a tubing formula, and it is. L'Oreal said that they decided to do this tubing just because it makes it easier to remove than regular waterproof mascaras. And I hope they do that with all of them, to be honest with you, because I hate trying to remove waterproof, but tubing stays just as well as waterproof does. So I definitely will be trying this out, and I'll let you guys know at the end of the video like how it makes my lashes, whether I like it as much as the Thrive. And I also picked up these little lashes from Kiss. As you guys know, if you've watched a few of my videos now where I talked about it, I've been using the Kiss number 11 lashes, and what I do is usually just snip off the inner corner and use that for the outer corner of my lashes just to add some flair. But it's annoying to have to always cut them. So I saw these and I thought maybe I would try these instead. They're just already cut. They have shorter length ones, and then they also have medium. I'll likely just use the short ones, but we'll see how it goes. So I got those, and then I also got a package from Persona Cosmetics. They sent over their 24-hour waterproof eyeliners. These are amazing eyeliners. I haven't tried them in a few years now, but they have 4 colors: black, plum, bronze, and brown. And they are waterproof, smudge proof. They're already available on their website. I'm not sure if they're at Ulta yet, but I remember how long lasting these were the last time I tried them. They were incredible. So let's go ahead and open these up, and I'll do some quick swatches and show you what they look like. Okay, so here's a look at the pencils, and you have the color indicator down here on the bottom so you know what shade it is. And I just love the color of these pencils. They're almost like an eggplant shade. They're so pretty. So let's go ahead and just swatch these really quickly. The first shade is brown, and like you can see, I hardly even pressed at all. So these are super creamy and incredibly long lasting on your eyes. This one is plum, which is one of my personal favorites. It's a really like subtle plum color. It's not as bright as some are, so it just adds like the tiniest hint of color. Next up we have bronze. This one has like a little bit of shine to it, where the other two are more matte. And then we have your basic black, which like look at how jet black that is. It's incredible. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me lately, what's a good eyeliner that'll stay on your waterline? These are it for sure. These have amazing staying power, so I definitely recommend checking these out. I also have a coupon code with Persona, so I'll leave that link down below as well. Okay guys, so I just jumped back in here because I'm trying to remove these eyeliners right after doing the swatches, and I'm using my cleansing oil from First Aid Beauty, and I've been scrubbing at these for a while now, and they are not budging. Like they're still there. I'm not quite sure how I'm even gonna get these off my hand, to be honest with you, but yeah, this is your proof right here that these are just the most incredible, long-lasting, waterproof pencils. These are like, not even an oil is breaking them down, and I keep scrubbing at them. So I can't say they're gonna be easy to remove at the end of the night, but if you want an eyeliner that's going to hold up and last throughout the day, this is gonna be the one. What's up guys, it's Friday. I just got a package from Colourpop and I had no idea this was even coming out. This is a Harry Potter collection. I honestly have not been on social media for like over a week just because my son's been sick and Labor Day weekend we were really busy, so I did not even see this coming. I don't normally get every Colourpop release, but they happened to send me this one, so we'll definitely open everything up and do some quick swatches. It looks like there's a palette, there's some lip balms, some lipsticks, And I think these are highlighters, Super Shock highlighters. My son's gonna go crazy over this because he loves Buckbeak. Yeah, these are Super Shock highlighters. They're just in different packaging. I think there's also some eyeliners down here, and then the palette is huge. That's on the bottom. So yeah, let's go ahead and open all of this up and take a quick look. All right, guys, so there's a lot to go over. I'm going to try to go through this pretty quickly. First, we have the palette, and this is actually one of their larger palettes. You have 24 shades. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. You have the 4 houses on the corners, and then the center is actually like just a little window that peeks through to the palette itself. So the palette itself just looks the same, but like they even have the 4 houses on the inside, which is such a cute detail. I mean, it's just like an extra step that they really didn't need to do, but it looks so cute. And then let's look at the inside of the palette. Wow, this is actually so beautiful. Like I said, I have not seen any promos for this at all. I really haven't been on social media all week, but I really like this a lot. It's a little bit colorful, but it's not super bold and bright. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize this shade just broke. It looks like a lot of it got into this shade right here. And there's some like all over the palette. But anyway, yeah, I feel like you have a really nice mix of neutrals and colors. And also like this side of the palette right here, I love that it's kind of like the green and gray rows right here. And then you have a row with the blue. And then this half of the palette is a little bit more warm toned. So they really did split it. Like you have a cool tone side here, warm tone side over here. I really like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and do some swatches. I'm not really going to do live ones just because we all kind of know Colourpop's formula already. They do have this one marbled shade here, which looks kind of interesting. Let me just see. Oh yeah, that's actually a Super Shock. That's a little bit of a different texture. And this one looks like it might be a pressed glitter. They haven't done pressed glitters in a while. Yeah, it is, which is not my favorite, but it looks like there's just one in the palette. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this. I'll be right back. Okay, so for the swatches, I swatched the cooler half of the palette on the top row, and then I swatched the warmer row down here on the bottom, and everything swatched so well. I was really shocked at like the pigmentation. A lot of these mattes are just like one swipe, and I almost wonder if they used like a better formula or something for this collection because it really seems that way. Everything was just so smooth, really, really pigmented. This is the Super Shock shade right here that's called Invisibility Cloak, and then you have the pressed glitter. Everything else is just their regular powder formula. Actually, this blue, the yellow, and the orange, these 3 mattes right here are the type of mattes that have the little micro glitters in them. Those normally aren't very noticeable. They kind of blend away as you work with the shadow. So yeah, overall, a really, really beautiful color story. I'm loving this. Next up, let's look at the Super Shock highlighters. So we have Buckbeak, we have Hedwig, and then Dobby. Super, super cute. I love the artwork on these. They're adorable. So this looks like the Super Shock highlighters that come like in the pans versus the ones that come in like the little pots. So here's Buckbeak. This is what the packaging looks like. And then you open it up and it has like a marbled effect. Let's see. I love the Super Shock highlighters because the cream formula is just very forgiving on your skin. So, ooh, this one is like kind of a champagne, but it has a little bit more pink to it. It's just like a stunning color. I would even use that on my eyes. Next up, we have Hedwig, and this one has kind of like some blue and lavender swirled around in it. This one looks like it's going to be super pretty as well. All right, so there's Hedwig. It's quite a bit lighter than Buckbeak. And then we have Dobby. This one looks like kind of more of a bronze tone. A little bit of gold in there as well. And that's that one. So that one's a little bit deeper. I definitely love the first 2 the most, but I would wear this one even as like a glowy blush. I think it's so pretty. We also have some lip colors as well. So there are 3 Luxe Velvet and then 1 Luxe Gloss. So the Luxe Velvet we have in Hermione Granger, Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, and then the Luxe Gloss is Luna Lovegood. So first up we have Hermione Granger. It's kind of like a peachy nude shade. Next up, Harry Potter is more of a deeper red. So here's this one, and these are really nice. They're kind of like their blotted lip formula. They feel really similar. And then Ron Weasley is more of like an orange, kind of pumpkin-y shade. And then Luna Lovegood is a gloss, and how beautiful is this one? It kind of shifts from like a purple or pink to blue. So let's take a quick look. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I wasn't even expecting it to really show up, but it totally does. That is stunning, and she's also one of my favorite characters, so. Next up are the graphic ink liners, and you have one for each house. So we have Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, and Gryffindor. And this is what the packaging looks like. Again, they just did such a fantastic job. All right, I'm just gonna put these down here. So we have the Hufflepuff. It's like a beautiful gold. And then we have Ravenclaw, just deep blue. Slytherin is a deep like forest green. And then Gryffindor is a metallic red. And then last but not least, we have lip balms from Fourth Ray Beauty. And again, we have one for each house. So the Gryffindor one is called Courage, the Hufflepuff is Patience, Ravenclaw is Wit, and Slytherin is Pride. I haven't actually tried their lip balms before, so I'm really curious to see what this formula is like. So here's the packaging for the Slytherin one. So it has like the snake on it, really, really cute. And the lip balm itself is green, but I'm guessing that these don't show up with any color. You see, I'm just gonna put a little bit here. Yeah, no, it just comes out completely clear. This one has an interesting scent. It's kind of like a little bit woody, but also minty at the same time. Next we have Ravenclaw, and this one is blue, and it actually has like a blueberry scent to it. So that one smells really good too. And then the Hufflepuff one, it kind of smells a little bit like vanilla, but it's a very, very light scent. It's hardly detectable. And then last we have Gryffindor. This one almost has like a cinnamon scent to it. I was expecting like cherry or berry or something. Again, no color. But yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like the apple cinnamon donuts that they have in the stores right now. So anyway, guys, that's the whole Harry Potter collection from Colourpop. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you purchased anything? I know it probably released yesterday, which was Thursday. And by Sunday, by the time you guys see this, I'm sure those of you who were interested already have purchased it. But if you haven't, and you're planning to pick up anything, I do have a code. It's Jen Phelps, and it'll save you $5 off a $25 purchase. So I'll leave everything linked down below for you guys. What's up, guys? It's Friday afternoon. I just have a couple of things to share with you from Sephora. I got the new Gucci blushes. I got 2 different shades. Also some things from House Labs. I've been wanting to try their Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighter, the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer, and they also have this new foundation out called Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. It has so many shades, and it looks like it's going to be really good. So why don't we go ahead and just jump right in. Let's start with the foundation. I got mine in the shade 130 Light Warm, and normally I would not consider myself warm toned, but by the description on the website, it said that this one had like pink tones to it, which I definitely have a pink undertone. Normally I think of that as cool, but it'll be interesting to see. I mean, just through the bottle, it doesn't look like it's going to be too dark or too light, so hopefully it's a good shade. And this claims to be infused with 20 plus skincare ingredients, that it has buildable medium coverage, a luminous second skin finish, and an ultra fluid weightless formula. It sounds really good, definitely like something that I would like. So just gonna put a little on the back of my hand. The bottle is so nice too. It's really heavy, one of the heaviest foundations I think I probably own. So here's the color 130. And yeah, it definitely is kind of pink or maybe like a little peachy, but that's good. Usually when I try on foundations, they're very yellow. And it definitely has a thin kind of weightless formula, which I really like. And I would call the coverage probably like light to medium. It's not super sheer, but it's not full heavy coverage either. But it's smoothing out beautifully. It looks very, very skin-like. Next up, let's check out the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer and the Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighter. So both of these are formulated with fermented arnica and squalane. They're talc-free products as well, and they're made in Italy. I forgot to tell you the foundation's made in Korea. So let's open these up and take a quick look. The packaging is really beautiful. It has this like kind of rubbery, soft touch packaging on the top, and then the back is shiny. It's actually a fingerprint magnet. I got mine in the shade Light Level 2, but I was hoping for something a little bit cooler toned, and I think this one definitely is. So let's do a little swatch and see. It feels really, really velvety. Okay, so, oh wow, that is interesting. When I go to swatch it, it feels like it turns into a cream. It doesn't feel like a powder. That is super weird, but also very cool. And I like how it's not quite as dark as it looked in the pan, which means I think it's going to be a little bit more buildable. So I was a little nervous when I first saw it because it looked a little bit deeper, and I do have a pretty light skin tone, but that looks like a perfect color. It's not too warm. It's not too cool like a contour. So that's awesome. And then the Bio Radiant highlighter is in the shade Rose Quartz. And I got this one because it really looked more like a blush. So here's the packaging on this one. Super, super pretty. And then here's what that looks like. So let's just do a little swatch. It doesn't look glittery or sparkly in the pan, which is good. Wow, look how beautiful this color is. This is definitely going to double as a blush for sure. It kind of reminds me of the Dior Rosy Glow blush, but it has more sheen to it, and there's no glitter, there's no sparkle. It's just a beautiful kind of radiant pearlized finish. So I love that. Next, we have the two Gucci blushes. I got the shade Silky Rose #1 and Rosy Beige #5. It was really hard to decide which colors to get because they all looked so pretty. And the packaging is super cute. I really love their bronzer, so I was excited that they were coming out with blushes. So here's what they look like. And to open it, you just have to kind of go like this. I'm guessing. Am I doing this right? I don't know. There we go. Whoa. Okay, so this is the shade Rosy Beige #5. So I guess we'll swatch this one first. It does have a little bit of a perfumed scent to it, just like the bronzer. But I love this. It's such a like dusty rose color. I'm guessing I could probably dupe these in my collection, so I'll have to do like one of those duping new makeup releases videos soon, and that way we can see if I have something similar already. This is a light pink, but it's kind of like a warm light pink. It's not as cool as like the Dior blush or the Persona Bubble blush. It's a little bit more of a peachy pink. That's super pretty too, and these seem like they're more of a buildable formula as well. They're not overly pigmented, which I think is good for a blush. I normally like a more buildable blush. So have you tried any of these products yet, or are you thinking about getting any of them? I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right guys, so that's everything for this week. Let's just talk a little bit about some of the products I got a chance to try. I didn't try everything. My son was sick earlier in the week and he was home from school, and I was dealing with all of that. Plus I wasn't feeling well myself. So there were some things that I really just didn't test out yet. I didn't try the Collidos eyeliners or the palettes. I also didn't get a chance to try the Lisa Eldridge eyeshadows yet. I didn't try most of the Harry Potter collection, although I am wearing a few of those products today. But let's talk about what I actually did try. The first thing being these two foundations right here. I'm wearing the Haus Labs foundation today, and I tried the Lisa Eldridge one earlier in the week. And these, both of them, are so beautiful. They're actually some of the most skin-like finishes that I have ever tried. I honestly love them both. If I had to pick a favorite, I think I would go with the Lisa Eldridge because there's just something about this formula that looks so smooth on your skin. I can't explain it. It just, I don't know if it's that ingredient that she mentioned that like is supposed to smooth out your skin, but I also think it's the texture. This one is creamy, but it also has like, I don't know if I'm describing it right, but it's sort of like a gel-like texture, and it really just lies so seamlessly. It doesn't sink into fine lines, pores. It does not grab to any dry patches. It's just a phenomenal formula, so I can't wait to play with this one more, try it over different primers. I really just put it on bare skin just to try it out. That's usually what I do with foundations first, and then I usually try them over primers. But I also really enjoyed the Haus Labs foundation as well. Like I said, I'm wearing it today. I think this one is a way better color match for me than the Lisa Eldridge. That one was a little bit too dark. This one is literally perfect. It has the right undertone. This matches me probably better than most foundations that I've tried. And like the Lisa Eldridge one, it is extremely lightweight. You can put on a very, very light layer, and it has, I would say, like a light to medium coverage, but you can build it up easily and it doesn't look heavy or makeup-y on your skin. And also, like the Lisa Eldridge foundation, it has a really beautiful satiny finish. So I don't find it to be too dewy or too dry, and I have really dry skin. So I have seen some reviews from oily skin people saying that they had to kind of powder this throughout the day because it's a little bit too dewy for them. That was not the case for me. So if you have a drier skin type like I do, I think that you will just find this to be perfect. It's like the perfect happy medium. It's not too dry or too dewy. So honestly, both of these were winners. I'm definitely gonna try my best to find some dupes for you guys in case they're out of your budget, but I'm very happy with both of them. On my eyes today, I'm wearing the Harry Potter palette, and it might shock you guys to know that I'm wearing the pressed glitter. I really just wanted to wear that shade. I felt like it went the best with my outfit, and even though I'm not normally a fan of pressed glitters, what I did to kind of make the glitter lay a little bit better and stick to my lid is when I picked it up in the pan, I just sprayed my finger with a little bit of Milani's Make It Last setting spray, and it just kind of smoothed out the chunkiness of the glitter, and it didn't like fall all over my face. It didn't get into my eyes, which is normally the biggest issue I have with pressed glitters. But I also found the matte shades. I used a brown shade for my crease. It was so pigmented. It definitely feels like a slightly elevated formula for Colourpop, so I was pretty impressed with the palette in general. I'm also wearing the Buckbeak highlighter on my skin today, the Super Shock, and I love these Super Shock highlighters because they are just gorgeous. They really look natural on your skin. They're not overly glittery, at least these aren't, so definitely enjoying these. I also did try the Lisa Eldridge highlighter, and that is literally the most natural looking highlighter I've ever tried. I think if I wore it on camera, you guys probably wouldn't be able to see it like you can see this one. It's a highlighter that looks good in person, in real life, which most of them, I feel like they can be a little bit more obvious. If you get up close to somebody, you can see some sparkle, some shimmer, but with that one, you truly can't. It really just looks like your skin is glowing naturally. But I think if you really like to see your highlight and know that it's there and have it really show up on camera or in pictures, you might not like that one because it is extremely subtle. I'm also wearing the House Labs bronzer today and the Gucci blush. I'm wearing the blush in the rosy beige shade, and these are beautiful. The formulas are stellar. This bronzer in particular is very, very velvety and smooth. It just goes on like a dream. But as I mentioned with the foundation, I am going to try to dupe these for you guys because they are a little bit more on the pricey side. I didn't try the House Labs highlighter / blush yet, but I always have fun duping new releases. And if you'd like to see my previous videos that I do on that topic, I'll leave the playlist linked down below. It's definitely good willpower if you find yourself constantly looking at the new releases and wanting to buy stuff, because oftentimes I can find a pretty good alternative at the drugstore or something that you might already have in your collection. So definitely check that series out. Also, I'm wearing the Persona eyeliner today. I just wore the black one, and oh my gosh, these are just so incredible. I'm sure earlier in the video you saw how the oil cleanser wouldn't remove them, and I did put this in my waterline. It's been there all day. It hasn't budged, so I think for those of you who are asking me about an eyeliner that will stay in your waterline, check these out. They're amazing. The Age Perfect tubing mascara. You guys were really onto something with this one. I am a huge fan of it already. Now, compared to the Thrive one, it's not as wet of a formula, and it's not quite as jet black as the Thrive. I feel like that one is one of the most jet black mascaras, especially when it comes to tubing formulas. So I didn't really expect it to be as black, but I would compare this one pretty closely to either the Tarte tubing mascara or the Cali Ray one. Those are pretty high up on my list, really just under the Thrive. And the thing I like about this one better than the Tarte formula is that this removes easier than that one. This one removes like the Thrive one. It comes off in the little tubes with just water. You don't even need to use a cleanser. And it also stays on my lashes all day. It doesn't flake into my eyes like some other versions that I've tried. So I'm really impressed by this one. Like I said, the formula isn't as wet. So with the Thrive one, I can just put like one coat, maybe two, and I get really big lashes. This one I do have to build up a little bit, but let me show you guys a before and after photo. This was after building up several coats, but one thing that I think I like about drier formulas is that they don't get as clumpy, they're not as goopy. So if you don't like that, that about the Thrive, that it can be really clumpy. I think you'll like this one just because it's easier to control and you can just build up very light layers. But I was still able to get a lot of length and volume with it, so that was very impressive. So I think that's everything that I got a chance to try this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know down in the comments if there's anything that I didn't try that you'd like to see. As I mentioned, I will be duping some of these high-end products that I talked about. Hopefully later this week I'll have a video up. I'm just going through my collection now and comparing things and trying to figure that out. So hopefully that'll come soon. Also this week, we're gonna do my 100K celebration. I got my plaque in the mail today, so it's finally official. And I'll be doing some giveaways as well. So lots of fun stuff coming up on my channel this week. I hope you guys will stick around. If you're new and you really enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.